Linguistics professor Louise Banks leads an elite team of investigators when humongous spaceships touch down in 12 locations around the world. As nations teeter on the verge of global war, Banks and her crew must race against time to find a way to communicate with the extraterrestrial visitors. Hoping to unravel the mystery, she takes a chance that could threaten her life and quite possibly all of mankind. Arrival stars Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, and Forrest Whitaker. It is rated PG-13 for brief, strong language. So Arrival tells the story of aliens that arrive on Earth and land their ships in 12 locations around the world. And it's up to a linguistics professor, played by Amy Adams, to try to learn how to communicate with them and discover why they're here. I love the fact that so much of the film deals with learning how to communicate with the visitors and the message that that sends. It isn't like communicating with another human in Swahili or Chinese or whatever, where you can still use nonverbal cues to communicate but still get your point across because you're both human. No, this is a completely different form of communication, and the way that it's explored and explained is just, wow, I love it. This is going to be a really difficult movie to review because I really think that this movie works best if you know very little about it. Just know that going in, it's a thinking man's movie. This isn't a sci-fi action, shooting 'em up kind of adventure alien movie. As a matter of fact, the aliens are really just there as a plot device. This movie really is more of a character drama about Amy Adams' character, Louise. Even though the movie concerns the global implications of an alien invasion, it is really a small movie focused on a handful of people led by Amy Adams. Speaking of Amy Adams, she is great in this film. The whole movie really depends on her performance, and she knocks it out of the park. And if you pay attention from the very beginning of the movie, her story becomes all the more compelling. Jeremy Renner seemed wasted in this film. His character really didn't do a whole lot, and really could have been played by just about anyone. That's not a knock on him, Jeremy Renner, because his performance is good. It's just that the character is so useless and doesn't really add anything to the story, for the most part. And I really think that it's more in the way that his character was written. He just doesn't have a whole lot to do in the movie. Again, it isn't a knock on Renner himself, but rather the character. If you're expecting Independence Day, you're going to be disappointed. If you're expecting an incredible film that's hard to describe without spoiling it, a beautiful film that makes you think, you're gonna love this. It is a little bit of a slow burn, but I think that's deliberate in the way that the story's being told. That said, there was never a moment where I felt bored or that I checked my watch or anything. It does keep your attention throughout. It's just that it is a very slow burn, and it does take a while for the story to progress. There aren't any big explosions or laser fights or anything like that. It is very much a character drama. I really wish that I could go into more detail, but seriously, this is one movie that the less that you know going in, the more you're gonna love it. This is a science fiction film with a heavy emphasis on the science. Yes, it has aliens in it, but that's not what the movie is about. This is not your summer blockbuster, alien invasion, big special effects, spectacle event kind of movie. But it really is a wonderful movie that I cannot wait to treasure when it comes out on Blu-ray, so I can watch it again and again. It really is a very special film. Seriously, I don't know how to review this film because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, other than to say, go out and see it. For me, it's one of those films that I want to see again immediately after seeing it the first time, because what happens in the third act really made me completely rethink what came before. This is one of my favorite films of the year. I loved it. It's definitely my top 10 of the year, probably even the top 5 of the year. I'm going to give Arrival a 4.5 out of 5. Have you guys seen Arrival yet? If so, what did you think? What is your favorite movie about first contact with aliens? Let me know, sound off in the comment section down below. And if you wanted to discuss this movie further, please let me know and we can talk in email or direct message, Facebook, whatever, some other non-public forum. I'd love to get your thoughts, but again, I don't want to spoil this wonderful movie for those who have not seen it, and it's really hard to talk about without going into those kind of details. You guys, thank you so much as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you liked this video, please go ahead and click that thumbs up button. That really helps me out a lot. And then consider subscribing to this YouTube channel here if you have not already. That way you don't miss any of my other videos. You can find me online at JeffitosMovieBlog.com, on Facebook at Jeffito's Movie Blog, and on Twitter simply at Jeffito's Blog. I'll be back soon with more movie reviews. Until next time, I will see you at the movies. Bye-bye.